A 42-year-old man turned down a job while his mom paid his rent. Not because he had a better offer, not because he was sick, because flipping burgers felt beneath him. His name's Marcus. Fortitfo used to run a digital marketing agency pulling in 400 grand a year. Corner office, client dinners, the whole highlight reel, then a string of bad breaks, a business partner who vanished with client funds, a lease he couldn't get out of, and a stretch of depression he didn't see coming. That was 7 years ago. Today, Marcus starts every month with about $90 in his checking account. His 65-year-old mother sends him $1,500 for rent. And his retirement savings? Zero. Not low. Actual zero, but the wildest part isn't his bank balance. It's the invisible tax he's been paying every single day for the past 7 years. And he has no idea it exists. Here's something nobody warned you about when your career falls apart in your late 30s or early 40s. The financial damage is obvious. The drained savings, the debt, the scramble. But there's a second layer of damage that's way more expensive. I call it the identity tax. The identity tax is the hidden cost of clinging to who you used to be instead of dealing with who you are right now. And it shows up in 4 specific ways. 4 layers that stack on top of each other and quietly bleed your finances dry while you convince yourself you're just waiting for the right opportunity. According to the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, nearly 50% of Americans aged 35 to 44 have less than $12,000 saved for retirement. And a significant chunk of that group, they have nothing. Zero. Not because they're stupid. Not because they're lazy. Because they're stuck paying an identity tax they don't even know exists. If you've ever turned down a job because it felt like a step backward, or if you know someone who has, drop a comment right now, because this might be the most expensive mistake nobody talks about when you're broke at 40. The first layer of the identity tax is what I call the title shield. Marcus has a degree in information systems. He ran a successful agency. He's written strategy decks that landed on executive desks at Fortune 500 companies, and every time a Whataburger or a Home Depot or an Amazon warehouse says we're hiring, his brain does this calculation. I used to bill $200 an hour. This job pays $16. Therefore, this job is not for me. Sounds logical, right? Except, here's what that logic actually costs.
Alaska can wait.
My buddy Ryan, 38, lives outside Denver. Went through almost the same thing. Mid-level marketing manager at a startup that imploded during the 2023 layoffs. Had a 401k worth about $45,000. Cashed it out early. After the 10% penalty in income tax, he netted roughly $30,000. Blew through it in about 8 months because he was taking time to find the right fit. 8 months of zero income. You know what 8 months of a $15 an hour job at 40 hours a week would have been? About $20,000 before tax? Not glamorous, but $20,000 while you search beats $0 while you wait. The title shield makes you believe that accepting a lower status job erases your past accomplishments.
Assistant manager.
It doesn't. It means you're an adult who pays their own rent while building towards something better. The second layer is the lifestyle floor, the invisible minimum standard of living you refuse to drop below, even when your income already dropped below it. Back to Marcus. $90 in his checking account. Here's what his bank statement looked like in a single month. Lottery app charges. Over a dozen of them. OnlyFans subscriptions. DoorDash. Alamo Drafthouse. Multiple bar tabs. And his personal favorite, $6 taquitos from 7-Eleven almost every other day. Now, $6 sounds like nothing. But here's the math that nobody wants to do. If Marcus is spending roughly $400 to $500 a month on taquitos, lottery tickets, delivery fees, subscriptions, and bar tabs, which is conservative based on his statement, that's $5,000 to $6,000 a year. On a checking account that starts at $90, where's that money coming from? His mother, she's 65. She sends the rent check. And whatever's left from Marcus's occasional freelance gig, a research brief here, a strategy document there, gets absorbed by the lifestyle floor. And here's the example that should terrify anyone over 35. According to Pew Research Center, to about 1 in 4 adults aged 40 to 59 provides financial support to an adult child. But here's what those parents aren't telling you. That money is coming directly out of their own retirement runway. Every $1,500 Marcus's mom sends him is $1,500 she's not putting into her own future. Compound that over 7 years, we're talking about a 6-figure hole in her retirement. So the identity tax isn't just Marcus's problem. It's generational. If this is hitting close to home, and statistically, it might be, smash that subscribe button right now, because I promise the next section is going to change how you see every small purchase you make. Layer 3 of the identity tax, the rejection ceiling. Marcus says he's applied everywhere, every job in the city. But when you actually press him, he's applied to jobs he wants, director-level roles, strategy positions, communication leads. And when those say no, because the job market right now is brutal, especially for mid-career professionals with resume gaps, he takes it personally and stops applying for a while. I can only take so much rejection.
Forward to that Alaska cruise,
Fair enough.
But these quarterly
Rejection
numbers
stings.
are just not looking good.
But let's quantify what his
Guess I'll
rejection
have to
ceiling
postpone
actually
again.
costs. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that in the current market, the average job search for someone over 40 takes roughly 5 to 8 months. If Marcus applies to 5 aspirational roles, gets rejected from all 5, and then takes a 2-month emotional break before trying again, he's extending his zero-income window by months. Each of those months costs his mother $1,500 in rent, costs him whatever interest accrues on his payday loans, and costs his future self the retirement contributions he's not making. Ryan in Denver did the same thing.
Just one more
Applied to
application
12 marketing
submit.
director positions
Come
over
on,
4
please.
months.
Success.
Got 1 interview.
Maybe this one's different.
Didn't land it. Stopped looking for 6 weeks. During those 6 weeks, a warehouse near his apartment was hiring at $19 an hour with overtime available. He didn't apply,
Corporate
not because
manager.
he didn't know about it,
Again.
because
Think
he'd
of the
already
money.
decided that applying to that
But
kind of
the
job
soul-crushing
wasn't part of his
boredom.
identity. There's a difference between having standards and having a ceiling. Standards say, I'm building towards something better. A ceiling says, I'd rather earn nothing than earn less than I think I deserve. The fourth and most dangerous layer, the inheritance gamble. This is the quiet assumption, sometimes conscious, sometimes not, that something will bail you out eventually. Maybe the parents have a nest egg. Maybe a big opportunity is right around the corner. Maybe you'll hit the lottery. Marcus literally plays the lottery. On a $90 checking account, his bank statement showed more charges to a lottery app than to any other single vendor. Here's the cold math. If Marcus is counting on inheriting enough from his parents to fund his retirement, he's making a massive statistical bet. According to the Federal
We're
Reserve,
introducing a new feature
the median
where I can
inheritance
read
in
this
America
aloud in a
is about
natural, human-like voice.
$69,000. That's not nothing. But for someone with no savings at 42, $69,000 isn't a retirement. It's maybe 3 years of bare bones living, and that assumes his parents have anything left to pass on after subsidizing his rent for the better part of a decade. Now flip it. If Marcus had taken any job, literally any job paying $15 an hour, 7 years ago, worked full-time, and put just 10% into a Roth IRA in a basic index fund, he'd have roughly $30,000 to $35,000 right now, including average market returns. Start that same pattern at 42 instead of 35. He's got about half that runway before retirement age. Every year of the inheritance, gamble doesn't just cost you 1 year. It costs you the compounding of every year after it. That's what makes this the most dangerous layer. The other three, the title shield, the lifestyle floor, the rejection ceiling, those cost you hundreds or thousands a month. The inheritance gamble costs you decades. So what does it actually take to break the identity tax? Not a dream job, not a windfall. A number, a specific, boring, unsexy number. Fidelity's research suggests that having even $1,000 in emergency savings reduces the likelihood of falling into high-interest debt. Payday loans, credit card spirals, by roughly 40%. $1,000. That's not retirement. That's not wealth. That's breathing room. For Marcus, $1,000 means he doesn't sign the next payday loan check that shows up in his mailbox. Those loans, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has documented this extensively, carry average annual percentage rates between 300 and 400% when fees are included. 80% of payday loans are rolled over or immediately followed by another loan within 14 days. It's a trap designed to look like a lifeline. $1,000 breaks that cycle. And you know how long it takes to save $1,000 driving Uber Eats in Austin at roughly $20 to $25 an hour? About 2 months of part-time work. That's it. 2 months of doing something that feels beneath you to permanently escape a debt structure that's mathematically designed to keep you broke. Ryan finally did it.
I don't think I can handle
Took a
this
warehouse
anymore.
gig in Aurora.
There has
Colorado.
to be a better way.
$16.50 an hour. Hated every minute. Saved his
With
first
the loan
$1,000 in
paid
about
off
9
and
weeks.
This extra $1,000.
Paid
the
off a
last bit is
$700
just
credit
around
card
the
balance.
corner, even if it's
Then knocked out a
postponed.
small personal loan. It wasn't pretty. He called me
I
and said,
understand. Thank you.
I feel like I'm going backward. I
No,
told
I
him,
get it. It's fine.
no, you're going forward for the first time in 2 years. It just looks unfamiliar because you forgot what forward feels like. The identity tax only works when you keep paying it. The moment you accept a dollar that feels beneath you, you stop. So here's what I need you to do. Not tomorrow. Not when things settle down. Today,
I have
open
to
your
figure
bank
this
statement
out.
right now.
The numbers don't
Your
add
actual
up,
bank statement.
and the trip is
Not the
postponed.
version in your head. And find your lifestyle floor.
Almost
Add up
done
every
here.
subscription,
Let's make sure these
every
numbers are
delivery
right.
fee. Every. It's only $6 purchase from the last 30 days.
Looks good.
Write down that total. That number is your identity tax bill. That's what your pride costs per month in actual dollars. Then cancel one thing. Just one, the smallest one. That's your first step off the tax roll. If you know someone who's stuck in this cycle, and I promise you, at least one person in your life is paying this tax right now and doesn't see it, send them this video. Not as an
Alaska
insult,
is postponed.
as a mirror.
I can't believe this
Sometimes
is happening.
the most generous thing you can do is show somebody
about
the
all the
math
data?
they've been avoiding. Share it with
shift
the
delayed?
message.
Guess I'll reschedule.
This one made me check my own bank
Don't worry,
statement,
the trip's still on for next month.
and if Marcus's story sounds extreme, Wait until you see what happens when someone with a six-figure salary has no savings at 40 comber. Next video. I break down why high earners go broke faster than minimum wage workers. And it has nothing to do with spending. It's a completely different trap. Links right here.